Well, finally, for the first time all year, the sun is going to return. All right, mind you, it's only January 4th, but we haven't seen the sunshine appear in the sky since we saw it fade New Year's Eve night as the clouds rolled in, and we've been stuck in them for the last 3 days. I'm Storm Track 12 meteorologist Les Dill here with your Friday morning web forecast, and I'll tell you what, we've got a nice stretch of weather coming our way with lots of sunshine until about this time next week with one little hiccup coming our way. It was a frosty cold start for us this morning. We are tracking a minor weak system that's going to be coming through the area as we head in through Sunday. And even tomorrow morning, I think we're going to be a frosty cold start. But after that, sunshine and warmer temperatures will be with us as we head through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe even in through Thursday and Friday. We'll kind of see how that plays out. We'll talk about that coming up. Here's my Storm Track 12 forecast for you for today, though. We are looking at sunny skies, cool temperatures, upper 40s to near 50 degrees for the high today. A light west-northwesterly wind, another cold, frosty one overnight tonight. Back down into the mid-20s in some of the deeper inland spots. And then as we head through the day tomorrow, more seasonable temperatures. Now, some high clouds will start to roll in later in the afternoon, but not before we get low to mid-50s for inland spots and near 50 degrees at the beaches with light and variable winds. We should be at 54 for this time of year. Yesterday's 43. That was close to a record low high temperature for yesterday's date. And this morning officially got down to 28 in New Bern, but it had a lot of 24s and 25s showing up for Greenville, Kinston, and also Keemansville. So definitely far from setting a record as far as the warmth is concerned, but the warmth is going to be eventually coming back into our weather picture here. Why are we keying in on the West Coast? Well, here's the reason why. We've got these storms that are out in the Pacific Ocean, and a couple of them here in particular are going to be heading down into the Four Corners area and kind of slowly moving eastbound here over the next 6 to 7 days. Now, the cloudiness with the snow you see there in West Texas, that's going to be heading up towards the Great Lakes. And you can still kind of see that plume of moisture still feeding up out of the Gulf of Mexico. And the reason for that is the way that the jet stream is configured, that we've got the west-southwesterly winds still able to tap into that moisture and transport it northbound here. Here's what the jet stream looks like up around 30,000 feet. Again, we've got these little cutoff lows, but because of this upper level ridge that is set up off the southeast coast and towards the Bahamas, we're promoting that west-southwesterly flow in the upper levels of the atmosphere. So as a result, as these little short waves work on through, you can see that as we go into Saturday and Sunday, we are going to be seeing the west-southwesterly flow bringing warmer air into the neighborhood here, but eventually also transporting some moisture northbound into this area here where that next digging short wave comes eastbound as we go in through Sunday. So what that's going to do is that's going to generate a weak low pressure off of our coast that kind of saw what we did yesterday and quickly getting kicked through by this upper level short wave that's going to be pulling the front through here. And then once that moves on through, you can see the upper level ridge refires right back over the southeast United States, keeping all the cold air bottled up across Canada. In fact, some of the coldest air now is across eastern Canada, and western Canada is actually being flooded with relatively warmer air. So that's the reason why I think that we're going to have a relatively warmer spell for the next 10 to 15 days before after the middle of the month we finally get western Canada cold and bring that cold air back into the eastern United States here. Here's how it all plays out with Future Track here. I'm using the European model. I like its timing a little bit better of the system for the middle of the next week than some of the other forecast models are showing. High pressure over us for today moves off the coast. That southwesterly flow in the upper levels of the atmosphere allows that weak little system to ride along our coast as we go on through tomorrow night into Sunday. And then that front comes on through. So, again, like we saw with the system yesterday, only light, spotty showers around through the day on Sunday. Not a complete washout, more cloudiness than anything else. And probably some cool temperatures, but at least our winds will be west-northwesterly as opposed to northeasterly that we saw on Thursday. Then that high pressure builds in across the area here, allowing that warming trend to continue as we go through Tuesday, Wednesday, the high sitting over us, plenty of sunshine around. Now, you do notice by Thursday we start to get a storm system coming out of the Gulf of Mexico region. More than likely it's going to head up towards the lakes. But on the front side of it, it's going to pump the warm air up. The question is just how quickly does that storm system translate east? This is the European model. It's showing that even by Thursday afternoon, it's still off towards our west and just clouds increasing throughout later in the afternoon on Thursday. GFS has this thing not only not there in the central Mississippi Valley, it's got it in New England and off the coast. So, again, the timing of that system for the end of the week is going to have to be worked out, and the reason for that is it just kind of depends on when that storm system that's coming down the California coast, that's going to cut off over the Baja of California, when it finally starts to move, whether it phases or doesn't phase with the northern branch system. So a lot of those details still need to be worked out. Either way, at least through the middle of next week, we've got a nice stretch of weather. Again, the little hiccup comes on Sunday as with the clouds return, and we get a weak little system with some spotty showers around. But for the most part, it's a sunny and definitely turning warmer stretch of weather for us here in Eastern Carolina as we go on through this weekend into the middle of next week. Have yourself a good weekend. Don't forget all those Christmas lights got to come down, and heck, maybe even get out there and do some yard work as it's going to have relatively mild temperatures, or maybe put that off till next week when we've got 60s to talk about, right? I'm Storm Track 12 meteorologist Les Still.